Hello, Tomlin from Tomlin Harmonica School here, and today I'm going to be answering the question, should you lip purse or tongue block as a beginner blues harmonica player? So to answer that question, I'm going to show you what the differences are between lip pursing and tongue blocking. I'm going to explain why some players prefer one over the other. Then I'm going to show you why you should learn both. And then finally, I'm going to tell you which one you should start with. Okay, so what is lip pursing and tongue blocking? These are simply ways for you to isolate a single hole on the harmonica. So if we were playing the 4 draw here, hole number 4 on our C harmonica, we could either do it lip pursed, which means that I'm making a whistling shape with my mouth, or we could do it tongue blocked, which means that I have my mouth open a little bit wider and I'm sticking my tongue over to the left-hand side of my mouth to block holes 1, 2, and 3, or holes 2 and 3, and I'm playing out of the side of my mouth to play that 4 draw. Now, as you can hear, they sound exactly the same. So, why do some players think that lip pursing is better, and why do some players think that tongue blocking is better? Well, it all boils down to what sounds you want to get out of the instrument. So for a more traditional blues harmonica sound, we generally use a lot of tongue blocking. And the reason for that is that it gives you access to a lot of cool textural effects. Things like tongue slaps, which sound like this. Or tongue flutters. Or tongue pulls. Okay, yeah, it's really what a lot of the traditional blues harmonica players would use to get that kind of very textural sound, which you hear a lot of in more traditional blues harmonica playing. Now, lip pursers tend to lip purse because they are more modern sounding players. They want to articulate more and do techniques like this. So those kind of fast articulations are definitely something that you want to lip purse. Or if you want to overblow, that's another technique that is much, much easier for a lip purser. It isn't impossible as a tongue blocker, but it's easier as a lip purser. And some lip pursers feel that they can play faster and more kind of shreddy harmonica if they are lip pursing. Now, I've heard plenty of tongue blockers who can play very fast, and I've heard plenty of lip pursers who can approximate a lot of the tongue blocking sounds that you can get. So there isn't a huge amount that you can only do with one technique or the other. But actually, I think that you should do both. And I think instead of, classifying yourself as either a lip purser or a tongue blocker, you're going to learn both. It's a little bit like a guitarist who plays with a pick and also does fingerstyle. You're just opening yourself up to more techniques, more sounds, and just different tools in your arsenal. Personally, I jump between tongue blocking and lip pursing all the time. If I'm playing something that's kind of rootsy, bluesy, acousticy stuff, then I want to tongue block it. But if I want to play something that's a little bit funkier and a little bit more modern sounding, I'm going to lip purse it. But then there, you'll see that I switched between lip pursing for all of my single notes, and then I played something called a tongue-blocked octave, which is where I played holes 3 and 6 at the same time without playing holes 4 and 5. So I was tongue blocking out of the sides of my mouth. Okay, so It's not as clear-cut as, you have to do one or the other. I think if you want to be a well-rounded harmonica player, it's worth learning how to do both. And you're going to find people on both sides of this argument who are going to say you must lip purse or you must tongue block. And I would invite you to be a little bit more pragmatic about it and learn more about the sounds that you might want to play. Now, the final question that I said I was going to answer was which one you should start with. And I would say that there are two things to take into consideration here. If you want to only play traditional blues harmonica, so things that kind of happened before the 70s on the harmonica, then go ahead, go into tongue blocking, and some things are going to be harder at first, but that's a great place to start. If you want to have a quicker, easier start, most people find lip pursing an easier way to start playing blues harmonica. So that's what I generally teach my students. I teach them to lip purse first, and then I bring the tongue blocking in later. Now, there are other teachers who teach differently, and that's absolutely fine. You've got to think about what you're trying to get out of the instrument and what styles the teacher is trying to teach you. Okay? So, to conclude, I think everyone should lip purse and tongue block. I think that lip pursing is the easiest technique to start with, and you should be wary of anyone who is extremely dogmatic about this. Try and be a little bit more open to doing lip pursing and tongue blocking rather than just saying that you do one or the other. There are very few players who actually only do one or the other. And if you want to get really great foundations on blues harmonica, then check out my free foundations course that you can find in the description below. All right, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Take it easy. Happy harping.